Hi, I'm Rebecca Brand, and today we're going to make a pork roast recipe. I'm going to make this one Spanish style, but this is in my Coronavirus recipe series, so I'm going to show you all kinds of things that you can flavor it the way you want with what you have at your house. The main ingredient you need is your pork roast. Being the thrifty shopper that I am, I got this during my Coronavirus stock up. I had thrown it in my freezer and I thawed it overnight because it's a biggie and it takes a while to thaw things that are this big. The reason I bought this premium pork shoulder butt roast is the price. Because it was the one on sale at $1.59 a pound for about 10 pounds. So this whole roast was under $15. You can use any roast you want. And I'll tell you something, sometimes they're only 99 cents a pound, and I've seen them at $1.29 a pound for a big hunk of pork. That's the time I buy them. I don't buy them when they're $2.99 a pound. That's just too much. This recipe is going to feed your family, or you can freeze it when you're done, and I've got other recipes to make with this, which I'll be sharing with you. I'm going to make this Spanish style. Viva la fiesta! That's our Santa Barbara celebration every year, and we're just going to fiesta a little later. Not this year, I don't think. In any case, I'm making it with pasilla peppers. You can make it with any peppers. It doesn't matter. If we use jalapenos, those are pretty hot. I wouldn't put that many in there. You know the chili kind that you make enchiladas out of? Those are fine too. Whatever you got is fine. And if you don't have the peppers, I wouldn't sweat it anyways. I just happened to buy a bunch and I use them up. And onions. I throw onions in here. I'm using 3 onions today. But maybe you're out of onions. Oh well, I'm not going to write up a ticket for that. You can just go right to your pork butt. Anything I do in this recipe is going to be all about the pork butt. And you need salt. Well, I'm getting kind of low on my kosher salt. I wasn't thinking when I went my preparedness shopping. But I also have your basic iodized salt. That's great too. Salt is salt every day of the week. It's just salt. This is no time to get snooty and all gourmet. This is basic food that tastes delicious. Let me tell you how you make this. To cook this, I'm using a roaster, but it's not needed at all. If you've got an oven, you're in business. At the end of this video, there's a recipe card with all the temperatures and times for whatever method you want to make it in your house. It's March 19th in Santa Barbara, and it's time to wash our peppers. I have a bag of these pasillas, so I'm going to use them all. Oh, and I found a pepper that had been in an accident. He's all slimy. Blech. So I'm just going to cut that out. I mean, whatever. Oh, he's got a little dimple here. Not good. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to waste the whole pepper. I'm just cutting that out. So just cut out the impurities. That looks good. All of them. More on top. And I'm going to pull out the seeds, so I'm cutting all around the top to get to Mr. Core. Now cut open a little zipper and open them up. Because this one was suspect, I'm taking a good look. And I don't like the looks of that. Off it goes. I'm pulling out the seeds. I've heard seeds are not good for you, so out they go. Done, chum. And we're going to just continue on. Open her up. Jump out the seeds. Okay. Now, if this was jalapeno, I'd be using my coronavirus gloves, but it's not. I feel safe touching my pasilla chili. And if it was a jalapeno, I wouldn't spend all this time taking it apart. I just cut them in little circles, like you get in restaurants. Now notice my discards. Some of them came with little crowns because that just popped off, and some of them still have little crowns on. I want those crowns because this is good eating. So these are going to go back in the deck. Trash pile. Now all of these are going to shrink, so you can just put them whole if you want in your recipe. But I find in thirds are nice little bite-sized pieces. So I'm just going to cut them up into thirds. Like that. Call in the onions. These are 3 pretty big onions. If I had a whole lot, I would put 6 in this recipe, but I'm kind of saving them. And out of all the years of cutting onions, this is my method. I cut each side off, and I don't quite cut to the end because I want to peel that off with the knife. Because with this, it makes it easier to finish up peeling that onion because I've already made a little handle to rip it off. I'm so happy about that. Goodbye, Mr. Onion Skin. You're going to be discards today. And even the second layer can be a little tough, so if you want to, you can take that off too. That's questionable with that layer. Just off. But sometimes I just don't get my zipper really, so I'll just cut it in half, again like that, and then I peel it. So those I find to be the very fastest cuts for me to get the onion so I can do the next cut. Since this recipe cooks forever, you're going to have lots of time for it to reduce in size. So therefore, I'm only doing like a third of the onion cuts, which looks like that. And then see, it's going to mimic the size of these. They all fall apart in there anyways. So it makes it really easy. You can make this fast with not a lot of cutting. They're just going to be on deck waiting for us. I hope you comment and tell me all your things that you think should go in this recipe. Maybe you have a spice that you think would be added, like, cumin, oregano. What would you think would be great in a big pork butt recipe? Now it's time to get to that pork butt. Current wisdom is you're not supposed to wash your meats because they get cooked anyways. I grew up washing them. It still feels weird to me, but I'm going to believe the science, just like we're believing it on the coronavirus. Science matters to us. So cut that bag open, and without even greasing, I'm dumping her into it. I think he's a him. Fat side up. Uh-oh, I missed my aim. It's a bloody mess. This is a great coronavirus moment because I can tell you I'm using 2 tablespoons of bleach with 1 quart of water as my disinfecting solution. It's the cheapest one to make. So let's just clean that up. Kitchens are messy. It's the messiest room in my house. Okay, clean up on all 9. It's all done. This is the Coronavirus Recovery Act of 2020. Okay, put your vegetables in. And this is the time you add your spices. But for me, it's going to be 2 tablespoons of salt. 1, 2. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're fine. I'm just going to rub that in. That's terrific. Lid on. So now it's time to turn your oven on. Turn it on to 325 degrees. But I'm using this guy, so plug him in. I got this roaster a long time ago at a thrift store. We can't go to them anymore, but this one's pretty cheap because I've also checked it out on Amazon. I'll put the link down below. But I want this really low. And, 325, it could be 300 to 325. I like to do it super, super slow. So really, 300 is good. So I'm just going to do that. For a large roast, this is 10 pounds, you have to do a minimum of 1 hour per every 2 pounds. So that would be 5 hours in your oven. But this is my tip. I really want this to fall off the bone. So this is what I do, and I have a ton of dinner parties, or I used to. My favorite thing is having this cook overnight. I will turn it down to 275 and I will let it go. And I've never had such succulent, soft pork. So I might do that here and turn it way down overnight and show you tomorrow. I don't like to rush a pork because if you rush a pork, it's going to be tough. So the longer you can leave it, oh my gosh, it's just going to take too long. I couldn't have it for dinner anyways. So I'm just going to leave it overnight and I'll show you tomorrow what it looks like. It's been overnight. I changed my outfit this morning and let's take a look at how Porky Pig is doing today. The roaster was on a little over 200 because it's really been 24 hours since I started this. I only peeked once. Let's see what she looks like. Wow, look how soft the fat is. Look at the color I'm finding. Look at the tenderness. Whoa, this is just so tender and beautiful. I hope you guys make this. Oh, wow. And let's get some onions and some of the green peppers. Look at that juice. That's going to be fantastic. And those peppers and onions. Who doesn't want that bite? This can feed a family of 10 for a couple days at least. Wow. That's a 10-pound roast, and that's what it looks like when it's done. I am just thrilled. If I had stirred it, they would not be black. I didn't stir it. Tricks of the trade. I'm going to brighten it up with some confetti. Bing! Things don't always go right in the kitchen, and I think I did kind of overcook the onions and the peppers, but it's just because it was an overnight cook, and if I had stirred it, they would not have turned brown on top, but whatever. I'm going to add some little cilantro, and it's just so pretty. I know you're not going to have cilantro late into this quarantine, but I happen to have it from my shopping. It's a week old. I'm still happy with it. It looks good. The art of food styling. I'm going to plant a tree. There we go. Wow, isn't that beautiful? Don't you just want some? Well, I sure do. I'm going to have my bite. Ooh, look at that. It is so tender. I just shred it, man. Wow. That overnight method really works, especially for my dinner parties, which I put on pause. It is a good time to practice those dinner party recipes right now. After all, what a great thing to do. And you can serve it to your family or box it up and deliver it to your friends because you're going to have a lot. Okay, let's get to the eating, you might say. Okay, this little mousey wants some of those peppers and onions and that juice. Oh yeah. Now, I'd even like that sausage soup. I gotta tell you, that just looks dreamy to me. I added no water to this recipe. That's the juice from that pork. I'm all excited. That all is so tender, you don't even need teeth to eat this recipe. Oh, wow. Just like butter. Okay, clean up on aisle 10. I hope you enjoyed this. Please comment. Please tell me what recipes you want me to make for the coronavirus specials I'm doing. This is all I'm doing. I'm also doing other uploads all about other things, preparations and things, but this is my glowing videos when I do my recipes, so I hope you like them. I'm Rebecca Brand. Subscribe to my channel and ring the bell to get notified of my next video. And I wish you and your family great health and great happiness and finding other things to do, like, like cooking. I'm going to take a union break, my lunch break. Oh, the pepper. Gotta try the pepper. Oh, not even hot. I could have gone jalapeno. If you like this video, I have some other ones I think you might like on cooking and other things I do right over here.